It's evening for me. It's actually Saturday night for me. Um, as I mentioned quite frequently, I go to bed pretty early. Trying to go to bed earlier, it has not been working so well. But maybe tonight will be the night. You never know. It's Saturday, so you never know what's going to happen on a Saturday when you're live streaming, because in some parts of the country, it's Saturday afternoon right now. Still early afternoon. So people are out, they're shopping, they're at the beach, they're doing this, doing that, spending time with the family. Everyone's got something better to do than sit here and listen to me. That is for sure. I probably got something better to do than to sit here and listen to me. I just haven't figured out what it is, though. Maybe it's to just sit and read a book. I read every day. It's been a while since I just sat down. I read in snatches, you know what I mean? I always have a book laying around. So I'll walk by and I'll read for a few minutes and I'll put it down. I'll read for a few minutes and put it down. Unlike the days when I used to just sit with a book and I would read from cover to cover, beginning to end. Our friend Laradox is here. What's up, Laradox? What's new in the world of Laradox? I'm going to bring up my desktop first, and then we'll take a visit to Laradox's page, and we'll see what's new. I see, 587. Awesome, 13 subs away. So what are you going to do for, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to commemorate the 600? Let's see. DD Live Studio says, hey, Eric, it's been a moment. How are you, my friend? DD Live Studios. Our friend Laradox here is 13 away from making 600. This has been a long, big goal for him. If you are not subscribed to him, I know he would greatly, greatly appreciate you doing so. You would make his evening. You'd put him 12 away. I'm just popping in to check out DD's page. It's been a little while. You see, just put a video up, but I'm not getting any notifications. So I went ahead and resubscribed and made sure I hit receive all notifications. So I was just saying how you never know what's going to happen on a Saturday. When you're live streaming, people are busy, people are doing stuff, people are going to bed, people are going out. But hey, I'm off to the good start with 3 people. 3 quality people that I consider friends. Our friend Goldie is here. Goldie says, hi there, lovely people. Hi there, lovely Goldie. Didi says I am live. I can go to his channel. Indeed. Well, thank you for that, my friend. This means that Laradox will be 12 away. And he is 12 away. Hey, Laradox. Goldie says, please remember to tap the like button. Thank you for that, Goldie. I asked you earlier, but you might have left when you popped in. That how are you feeling about your content that you're putting out? Are you happy with everything? I'm not saying one way or the other. I got nothing to add about anyone's content. Not really. Walking with Goldie says, me? Uh, nope. Paradox. I was just wondering how he felt about his content, as he is a budding YouTube superstar. Cuban Crisis says, peace. Cuban Crisis, my friend, how are you? The live studio is live, and he's given Paradox a shout out. I see that he's live. That's awesome. Let's bring him up real quick.
Or 65. Yeah, I'm just live streaming right now. I'm trying to get people's channel. Okay, here we go.
I got
okay, there we go.
DD up. I'm gonna share him out.
There we go. We got up here. I got my boy right here. We got Larry Dots. Got my boy Larry Dots over here.
There's your shout out, my friend.
Yo, thank you for the share, bro. Sorry for the echo.
Just leaving a message real quick. Sorry, guys.
But yeah,
there we go.
I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Yeah, the trolls are something else, I tell you, because we've been dealing with a lot of trolls, but we've been hanging on though. I'm gonna tell you that. So we're just trying to grow our base together. We gotta grow as a family over here, y'all. So
our friend MF Dredson is here.
It was a lot of people earlier. Oh, thank you. Y'all, also, please go support this guy right here in the chat. His name is Just Yogi doing burpees in his basement. I need everybody to go support his channel real quick. Please support his channel. If you haven't already, please. If anybody has still watching this stream, please go support his channel.
Kind thing for this young man to do. I should start a support your local old Yogi support group. Dredson says, who are we listening to? Our friend up top, DD Live Studios. It's been a while since he's come in and visited. I don't even remember when I subscribed to him. But he's helping our friend Laradox get to 600. This has been a big day because our friend Lewis, the Burpee Reaper, has hit 1K, a well-deserved 1K. Laradox is at 589 right now. He's 11 away. So we may have lost our friend Laradox for the time being, as he is networking, as he should be. He's young. He's got a goal. He's ambitious. I am not, so to speak. I guess it depends on what we consider being ambitious. I used to talk to Mocha about this because my family always, it wasn't an accusation. It was almost a pitying type of, my family would warn Mocha, he doesn't have much ambition, sorry. Which is true. I never wanted to be, I always left my job when I was threatened to be promoted as a district manager or a regional manager. I just didn't want it. However, I did want to know my connection, my relationship, my essence with God. I wanted to attain deep levels of concentration and meditation. to know myself. I wanted to open up energetic centers of the body, the chakras, the heart center, in order to touch the entire universe. That seems pretty ambitious. It's just the ambition turned in a different direction than what is considered um, what we should be doing. We're told to consume, we're told to buy, we're told to shop, but we're never told to discover God. We're never told to love and be loving. Cuban Crisis says, peace, welcome with Goldie. Cuban, I appreciate you stopping back today. Man, Cuban was here all three live streams, morning and afternoon and evening. That is very much appreciated. Goldie says, how are you, Cuban Crisis? And how are you, Dreadson? Dreadson put in an awesome workout today. And a live stream. This is the first time I caught Dreadson live streaming. Cuban says, compared to the age of Earth, we are beyond young. Yeah, we are. This is true. Well, in this appearance, as we're the universe itself, as our friend Destiny Forever Walks PhD points out quite often, that we were literally, as Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young said, although Joni Mitchell, it was Joni Mitchell, right? He wrote it. We are stardust. Literally stardust. Cuban says, welcome with Goldie. I'm maintaining. Cooking before she goes to sleep. So I guess, Goldie, you are at the beginning of your next work streak, right? This is today day 2? Cuban says, I'm off today, just learning and studying. What are you studying, my friend? Therodox says, Didi got the almost 5 subs. How can you get almost? I shared him out as well, because he you got 9 more to go. I shared him out. He was so close. He was so gracious and kind helping you. Let's see. MF Dreadson popped in. Awesome. Man, I love seeing that. You see an opportunity to connect, to make a friend, and you show up. Dreadson, that was an incredibly kind thing to do. So, let's see. Let's see if Therodox gets those, man. I'll get those words out, right? Let's see if he gets those stubs. Didi says hi to Cuban. Cuban says current events mainly. There's quite a few current events. All kinds of stuff happening. You know, I talk about this often. You turn on the news, and we are hit hard with all the bad stuff happening around the world. Yet right now, at this very moment, there is something beautiful happening. There's an act of kindness happening. There is a compassionate act. There is empathy all over the place. But no one reports it. We report the bad stuff that's happening. And so our perception is tainted. That's all we see. Our friend Squirrel Sniper is here, greeting beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Squirrel Sniper, my friend, how are you? Man, we are live streaming live streamers. And live streamers are streaming us. It's pretty cool. DD Live Studio says, what's up? Walking with Goldie and all the mods. We got a few mods here. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second, guys. I've been subbed to DD again for a while, and I don't even remember how long. For a while, I would receive, updates, and then for a long time, I didn't. But hopefully, I just fixed that. Our friend Jacob is here. Jacob diving in and just going to work for all of our friends. Thank you for that. He shares out Cuban Crisis as well as Squirrel Sniper, as well as DD Live Studios and Dreadson. Cuban says there is a verse in the Quran that I reflect on, and it's Alice there. I know I pronounced that wrong. I apologize. It's very humbling. Can you translate that for us, please? Dredson says, I saw yours earlier. I like that hat, fam. Thank you for that, Jacob. Squirrel Sniper is eating late tonight. It's 10:30 p.m. And I'm cooked. I'm cooking duck. That's an interesting late night dinner. Duck at 10:30. How long does it take to cook duck? Cuban says, uno momento. And he thanks our friend Jacob. Jacob says, hey, brother MF, you did an incredible job. Outstanding performance, brother. Much love and respect. Big salute. He's got such perfect, precise reps. Goldie says she's eating too. What's for dinner tonight, Goldie? It would be a very, very odd coincidence if Goldie was eating duck as well. Squirrel Simple says 40 minutes. How long have you been cooking? Jacob says, hey to brother Sniper. Judson says, thanks to Jacob. It was a personal best. Nice. First time doing 150 reps in one session. Way to go, Judson. Hey, do you think doing it live helped? Knowing that you had a live audience cheering you on? Goldie says, her comfort food. All right. Enjoy. Sincerely, enjoy. I don't want you to think that I'm just saying that, because you and I had, I've had not a difference, just a different way of viewing a particular food. Goldie says, not duck, pork today. I think I've only had duck once or twice. I did not enjoy it. It's a little, maybe it was cooked wrong. It was a little oily. Plus, I have a affinity for ducks. Squirrel Sniper says it's a warm still evening, watching the bats fly over my head. I don't see bats anymore. I used to all the time. I saw one last year, and that was the first one I've probably seen 10, 15 years. I really miss them too. Goldie says, just don't go there. I am not going there. You have my promise. You have my word. Judson says, reflecting on the session, I really forgot about the cameras. I knew I wanted to hit a certain number. Nice. That's the way to do it. when you're that focused, everything drops. It's just you and the reps, you and the motion. Becomes a meditation. Fritson says I've really locked in and just motored through. That's how I feel when I'm doing the nasal breathing, for sure. Cuban Crisis says, one, by the time verily man is in loss, except those who believe and do righteous good deeds, and recommend one another to the truth, to the truth, perform all kinds of good deeds, and abstain from all kinds of. We'll see what comes up. I like what I'm hearing. Absolutely beautiful. Sins and evil deeds, and recommend one another to patience. Very nice. That is definitely something to reflect upon. I see that Laradox is 598. One second, guys. Very nice. 2 more to go. Jacob says, I subscribe to DD Live Studios. Awesome, Jacob. Goldie says, thank you for taking the time and care to translate to us. Absolutely. Thank you for that. And thank you for saying that, Goldie. Jacob says, that's incredible, brother. Mr. Dreadson, MF Dreadson, we should collab sometime. Man, that would be awesome. You guys seem a little similar in your rep style. You're both really, as I mentioned before, very precise and yet fluid at the same time. Squirrel Semper says, I do feel very sorry for those athletes in the Olympics that can see what's really being played out during their opening ceremony rituals. Yeah, I haven't been able to bring myself to watch the Olympics. Maybe I will. It just seems, I don't know, everything going on in the world. Of course, hey, we could use some good to focus on. I just don't necessarily know if that's what it is that we should focus on, because there's some really great stuff that happens in the Olympics, but also it becomes about consumerism. Commercials, buy. I don't know. I remember when the Olympics used to be, here I'm sounding old, truly amateur athletes who would come together every 4 years. Dretson says, Jacob, big thanks. Absolutely. If we can schedule, if the schedules align, that would be great. Laradox says, yay. Goldie says, Laradox, did you learn your lesson? I just log in with Princess Vampire. Jacob says, anytime we can plan a time for collab. I know working other things can take most of our time. When are you free, brother? Man, that would be a big collab. That's for sure. I'd love to see you guys. And you're both really good programmers. So I'd love to see what kind of program you guys came up with together. Squirrel Sniper says, the mocking of the Last Supper. What part of sports is that? I didn't hear about that. Like I said, I haven't been able to bring myself to watch it. Goldie says, she agrees with Squirrel Sniper. Our good friend CDP says, kindness is seeing the best in others when they cannot see it in themselves. I see it in all of you. Please know you are amazing, and others need you. Thank you for that, CDP. This is what CDP does. He shows up. and he spreads kindness, goodness, compassion, and joy. Just give me a second, guys. So I did a short little video before I went live on the lesson of the day for A Course in Miracles, which is God is the light in which I see. And of course, we always equate light to physical light. However, the light we're talking about here is the light that illuminates everything. It's the light that's ever present. And when we see with that light, when we see with that light of God, that means the cloud that distorts everything we see in regular life has parted. And now we're truly seeing. We're not just seeing our projections. We're not just seeing our perceptions. We are seeing with the true light of God. That's what I get when I read our friend CDP. That's what I get with what Cuban Crisis shared with us. Cody says hi to CDP. CDP says, walking with Cody, hello and have a great weekend. You too, CDP. Paradox is at 600. It's been a long road, my friend. You're at 601. Congratulations. And you definitely worked for it. Cody says, I subscribed with the 1, Laradox. Laradox, did you hear that? Our friend Cuban says, this is linked to the chapter recited. The style of the recitation is called, I'm always hesitant to mispronounce a sacred word because I don't want to do it in injustice. I don't want it to sound disrespectful in the least. WASR. There are 7 different styles of Quranic recitagens, I believe, right? This style is my favorite. Nice. Really appreciate you sharing that. Jacob says, congratulations, Brother Laradox. 2 people I'd love to see grow their channel next would be Jacob and Brian Lane. Squirrel Samper says it's an old ancient 8-year calendar. Every 4 years the Olympics, and also every 4 years the Winter Olympics. Dude, they don't do that anymore though, right? Now it's in a 4-year cycle every 2 years. So in 2 years from now there'll be the winter. I thought they changed that again for, of course, commercial reasons. Let's see. Goldie says you don't have the possibility of dropping links with Cuban Crisis. We can fix that. There we go, guys. Crisis gives our friend Laradox a big congratulations. Princess Vampire says, probably in September, walking with Goldie, but never this one. Princess Vampire says, Brother Jacob, can you please drop Laradox's link? CDP says they don't want to preach, they just want to share light. And you definitely do. You definitely do. No preaching from you whatsoever, because it just comes from this very, very sincere and loving place, and there's no dogma attached. You have absolutely no agenda, and you never have. You've never come in um, with any message other than love. Paradox is still at 600. The last I saw was 601. 602. Paradox says, Princess, I just subscribed to your YouTube channel. CDP says, I appreciate you, Jacob, but I don't want followers. CDP is a spreader of joy. Vampire says, Princess Vampire says, Paradox, just got you with this one. Please don't make me regret it. Paradox says, I won't let you down. We got a link drop from Cuban Crisis. Oh, thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. أعوذ بالله.
That was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Paradox says, Yogi is the GOAT. Oh, not me. I'm just the Yogi. It's, I purposely chose that title. I know there's always someone who, you say a yogi doing something, or there's always someone who wants to call you out, who wants your credentials, who wants to show that they are more of a yogi or whatever, a greater yogi. And I wanted people to know that I was just a yogi. I'm just someone who sincerely practices the things that I love. That's all. And I love sharing it. I don't share it in a sense of I have something to teach. I share in the sense that I have something to share. And there's a big difference. And it seems, fortunately, that is the type of people that have shown up here. It's the same. Like CDP was saying, he doesn't want followers. He's someone who shares. That's why, the beginning of A Course in Miracles says that this course doesn't teach love, because that's too big a thing to teach. What it does teach is how to remove the obstacles that prevent us from seeing love. Crisis says, that's not the Rasar? My bad. It's so good, though. It was very good. It was very beautiful. I love hearing that. I love every language, especially ancient language. When you get a chant like that, from Islamic chants to the yogic Hindu chants to the Gregorian monks, there is a holiness that is evoked, maybe both. And you don't need to be a follower of that particular faith to touch that holiness, to have that holiness touch you. You just need to be open to it. You need to be receptive to it. And I think that's the power of when you hear that, is it makes you receptive. It goes across all borders. Let's see. Princess says, "Hey, Cuban Crisis, you are blue." Yes, he is. Paradox says, "Well, I'm growing," and he's going to unsubscribe from Princess. She is a Yep, that's her helping channel. That's her secret undercover where she shows up to, undercover to do what needs to be done. Let's see. Cuban Crisis says that was sound like the brother reciting died in a car accident. I'm sorry for that, my friend. He was a Hafiz, who, by the way, is one of my favorite Hafiz Islamic poets. I quote his poem, "With a Love Like That," I believe is the title, about the sun, quite often. He was unbelievable. Yeah, very powerful. Dardock says, "The Quran seems like a very interesting book." Give me 1 second, guys. Cuban Crisis just dropped his link. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do so. Jacob's dropping some links. Dardock says, "I only read the Bible, but Taoism quotes. I'm Christian." Cuban Crisis says, "It really is Dardock, and he loves to study all religions." I do as well. I do as well. I sort of call myself irreligious, though, that, I don't have any boxes to check. That's what I love about the practice of yoga, as well as practicing shamanism and following A Course in Miracles. Let's see. Jacob says, "Brother Mr. Yogi, I would love to collab with you and do some burpees one day. Doesn't have to be a huge rep session." That would be fun. If they ever figure out how to do it, it would be fun. I'd have to step out of the nasal breathing, otherwise I wouldn't be able to talk. And it's so fun collabing with someone if you're not talking. Thank you for saying that, Jacob. I appreciate hearing that. Let's see. Cuban Crisis says, "I just sent my godfather the link here. He will cherish the channel." Well, thank you. Much appreciated. Cuban says, "Man, I hope my channel doesn't disappoint you all." I don't see how it would. I love the sincerity of your message, Cuban. And I see that you do live streams fairly often, so I'm really looking forward to catching one of your live streams. Taking my herbal sleep. Our friend Chip is here. Chip, how are you? Our good friend, Mr. Poopinator, is here. Mr. Poopinator, how are you? How's the new job going? Jacob says hi to Chip. Chip says he's new. Well, welcome, my friend. Let's see. Cuban Crisis says, "I might go live today. You guys are inspiring me." That would be awesome. I'm only going to stay on for maybe half an hour longer. And so, hey, if you go live, that'll give me just a little bit of time. I can pop in and say hi. We get a fart from me, bro. Sorry, I couldn't resist. You got to stay with it. Anything less from our friend Mr. Poopinator would be a disappointment now. Unfortunately, I'm all out of farts. I gave my last one away. Believe it or not, there was a guy knocked on my door, and he said the same thing. He asked the same thing. Knocked on my door and said, you don't know me, I'm a new neighbor, but I would appreciate it if you would fart for me, bro. And I was like, man, I was saving it up because I was hoping Mr. Poopinator would stop in. But since he was a new neighbor, I needed to be, hospitable. It's a true story. Not at all. Mr. Poopinator quit, walked out. What's up with that? Sometimes it's the best thing to do. You gotta stick up for yourself. Too many rules. I can understand that. I have been in that position before. But Binti is here. Says, hi, Eric. I'm doing my exfoliating face mask. Nice. Appreciate you stopping by. But Binti says, Mr. Poopinator and his fart. The infamous Mr. Poopinator. He's getting quite a reputation. Getting everyone saying hi. Laradox is back. Mr. Poopinator doesn't believe me. It says I'm lying. Would I lie about a topic so sincere as passing gas for a neighbor? Laradox is at 603. Congratulations, Laradox. You have done well today. You've done well with your... Mabinti says Eric is lying through his teeth. Man. Come on, if you can't trust the bald Yogi, who can you trust? Cuban Crisis says, mix some coffee and OJ and you'll fart. Yeah, that would probably do it. I remember that tomorrow morning when I have my one and only cup of coffee for the day. Laradox says, I appreciate all the support, but in the end, no matter if you do sub to me, I'm still, no, that's your friend either way. Much appreciated, Laradox. But he still wants subs. We know. Hey, you worked hard for him. Mr. Poopinator said, coffee and OJ is crazy for the farts. Might turn into poop. For real. I'm going to have to take someone else's words for that. Laradox says, and watch time. You know what? Watch time's going to be a little difficult, Laradox. Unless you start doing some more live streams. Because you do a lot of shorter videos. I'm happy to watch your playlist. Happy to give you some watch time. Jacob drops a link for Laradox. Cuban Crisis says it will, Mr. Poopinator. Mabinti says the secret that Laradox is hiding from us is that he's a cutie patootie. He's got some laughing emojis. Mr. Poopinator, thank you very much, my friend. That is awful kind of you. This chat is the poops. Our friend Flower is here. Flower says, Yogi, I need sleep. Oh, I just thought of slapping a slice of cheese on you again. Man, did you guys hear that? My good friend. Hello, Flower here. She has a sincere desire to slap me on my bald head with a slice of cheese. She told me that yesterday. And I've been thinking that ever since. I'm paranoid. I keep looking over my shoulders, suspecting that somehow our dear friend from Myanmar has found her way here, has snuck up behind me with a slice of cheese in her hand, and is going to slap me on the back of the head. It's been keeping me up. I can't sleep. I'm paranoid. I'm looking over my shoulder. Jacob says, thank you for having me on your live stream once again, brother Mr. Yogi. Much love and respect. Big salute to you all. Big salute to you, Jacob. Jacob, one of my all-time favorite people. He's just a burpee monster, and he is the most sincere, dedicated, loving person that you guys could ever hope to be friends with. Paradox, $20 is wild. Hey guys, I mentioned the end of last live stream. I got my very first YouTube paycheck today, deposited. So thank you guys, because you're the ones that I mentioned before when I decided I wanted to get monetized, because I wanted to. I'm in a fortunate position. Not as fortunate as I was, as I had to help a family member out, which took a huge chunk of my savings, cut down on my safety net. It's not even a net. The net has some holes in it now. But this was my opportunity to earn an income. And as I mentioned, I refuse to say make a living, because I was granted a living. I was graced a living. Only God, only the universe can give you a living. And I only need a little. I was saying like $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month for me is the equivalent of making $1,000 a week for someone else. So today I got that first paycheck. It's not $1,000 a month, but it is money that I earned through my creativity, through my creative efforts, from talking about the things that I love, sharing the things that I love, and I couldn't be happier. And I have each and every one of you to thank. Everyone who just comes in and says hi for a minute. Everyone who's ever hit a like button. Anyone who's come in to troll. You've all been awesome to me. Let me catch up here now. Paradox, $20 is wild. It is, and it's extremely generous. Jacob says, oh yeah, maybe one day we can collab and maybe get some reps. Brother Mr. Yogi, talk to you tomorrow. Thank you, Jacob. I'm looking forward for that happening. Babinti says, for real, Laradox is adorbs. Mr. Poopinator, laughing at Laradox. In a good way. Jacob drops the link for flour. Thank you, Jacob. Cuban Crisis says, I like to study cults as in the negative sense. So does Mocha. For the new people here, Mocha is my ex, not ex-wife. And when I say not ex, because Mocha and I are divorced, but she's never been an ex anything in my life. She's always been the present and presence in and of my life. But yeah, she absolutely loves to do that as well. I have a friend who was in the Osho cult, Ramesh, I believe. And I have another friend who was the writer for Rolling Stone magazine, and he wrote about, he was there for Jim Jones. If you look on Tim Cahill, Rolling Stone, and Jim Jones, you'll see his Rolling Stone article, the original one. Babinti says this chat is the should say more the way than one. It can definitely go down that lane sometimes. Laradox says, Yogi, $20 will pay for 2 days worth of food. More than that. I could buy a bag of lentils that will feed me for over a month. I could buy some rice. I could buy lentils and rice that would feed me for about a month. I could buy a week's worth of bananas, and I eat a lot of bananas. I could buy a week's worth of apples. I eat a lot of apples. So $20 for me is a lot. And it's much appreciated that it comes from a good friend. Especially, I don't know if everyone knows the Mr. Poopinator story, that he came in to troll. Literally ask him, this is why he says, fart for me, bro. The first thing that he said. And he came back, said the same thing. And he's been coming back and saying the same thing. However, the reason why he says it has grown differently. Before he did it, he was always a good-natured troll. He was never ever mean-spirited. He was having fun, which is why I appreciated him right away. Um, but now when he says it, it's sincere and it's a greeting of love. I absolutely love hearing the fart from a bro from our friend Mr. Poopinator. If you're here and you've been showing up, I consider you a friend, and it doesn't matter how often you show up. Sorry, I don't want to fall too far behind, guys. I got yelled at yesterday by someone who said, YouTube is a young man's game, Pop. You got to hang it up. Pops, you got to hang it up. Mr. Poopinator says, I'm far from starving, thankfully. Well, Mr. Poopinator, you can now devote some time to you back to doing burpees again. Mr. Poopinator says, congratulations, brother. Thanks. And you know, you helped me get there. Therodoc says, if you conserve it, absolutely. Therodoc says, that's awesome, Yogi. First payment is awesome. It is awesome. I wrote about that a while back. I have a Medium account. I write on Medium. Share my blog. And I got a $3.33 deposited in my account. And for something I wrote. For one thing that I wrote. And I got paid $3.33. You know how awesome it is to think an idea, words, thoughts that were out there, and through a gift of inspiration that was undeserving on my part. And that's the wonderful thing about inspiration. And I was able to write it down, put it online, share it, and enough people liked it that I got paid $3.33. I'm being threatened by Flower. Says, might be the first thing I'll ever do if I ever meet you in real life. I will be aware. This is why I keep looking over my shoulders, guys. Babinti says, it's not a safety net, it's a safety sieve, right? Yeah, I agree. I own a home. I own a home because I inherited a home. And it's great. I don't pay rent. I'm splitting expenses. However, it does require a bit of money, just the upkeep. But I'm a low maintenance person. Our friend Mir is here. Mir, how are you? Mir went to work today for our good friend Burpee Reaper, who is now at 1K subs. Miss Poopinator says, Miss Yogi, can I borrow 10 from you from a YouTube check? You certainly can. Hey, I could lend you 20 if you want. Cuban Crisis says, every man has right to decide his own destiny. Bob Marley. Wonderful quote from a wonderful man. Anyone, I haven't seen the movie. Has anyone seen the new movie? I heard the actor who played him was magnificent. Hello, Flower says, I want pasta, and she really wants pasta. Flower says, why I'm being so random? You are always random. You have always been random, and that's one of the things that we absolutely love about you. Binti says, and Cuban Crisis says, respect. Thank you both. Binti wants soda. Mr. Poopinator says, I love Bob Marley. Nice quote. Poopinator says, Jim Jones the rapper? Nope, Jim Jones the cult leader. Is there a Jim Jones a rapper? Cuban Crisis says Bob was prophetic lyrically. Yeah, I would say so. Miss Poopiner says, nah, bro. F that. Buy a bag of chips. They do make good vegan chips, actually. Believe it or not, original Pringles are vegan. I found that out in a 50-mile race where all they had was Pringles. And I said, well, I can't eat them. I got to go. I'm a vegan. And the guy said, no, man, you can eat them. They're vegan. Read the ingredients. And they showed it to me. And it was as if a light shone down on top of me with the Pringles can in my hand. It was a revelation that in races, I could now eat Pringles. Makes it worth running 50 miles, just knowing that. Babinti says, oops, sorry guys, I jumped ahead. There was a soda at the local Hispanic store, and it was champagne flavor. Wow. And it was red, and I drank it and got scared. It had alcohol in it. It did not, but I was still scared. I had that eating fake fish, eating vegan fish once. It tasted so much like fish that I thought maybe something was mixed up. And I read the ingredients, but nope, it was vegan. My Benti says, I'm going to be Eric for Halloween. I would absolutely love to see that. That would be funny. And I expect that we would have to see, I'd love to see a video of that, if not a photo. Miss Poopinator says, that's love, brother. Thanks for the backstory for those that are new. You're welcome, Miss Poopinator. Cuban is laughing at Mabinti. Our friend Bumblebee T is here. T, how are you? Cheeky to yell at you. Squirrel Semper says, duck is ready. Enjoy, my friend. It's got to be, what, 11 o'clock now? After 11, I think. Actually, it might be close to 11:30 for duck for Squirrel Snapper. T says, load of flour. My Betty says hello to T. And is saying hello to everyone. My Betty says Mr. Pooper, and he is laughing. She is laughing, I'm sorry. Mira, my friend, how are you? Our friend Jacob isn't here dropping links. However, I absolutely have to, if you're on a desktop, this should work. I absolutely have to drop our friend Mir's link. If you like birds, if you like birds of prey, if you like kittens, then you will absolutely love Mir's site. So we got everyone saying hello. Bumblebee says, Bumblebee had another Magnum today. Caramel, yummy. Good for you. Flower says, Yogi, you're falling behind. You got to catch up. Or I'm going to slap cheese on you. That is a strict warning. I'm almost caught up, right? Give me a minute. I'm diving in. I can do this, guys. Mira says, I'm good, sir. How are y'all, guys? Doing well. I'm so excited for what you did earlier today, getting our friend Reaper to 1,000. Mamenti says, why is Magnum the name of a prophylactic and an ice cream? Man, that is an interesting question, and I think if we discovered that answer, we would know the very secrets of the essence of the universe. T says, Yoga, I did my 6 pull-up exercises. Nice. Cuba says, the documentary called Marley was great, and there's a documentary on YouTube called Red X about Peter Tosh. Nice. I think it was better than Marley. It was made 2 years after he was murdered in '87. I'm going to look for that. Cuban Crisis says peace to Bumblebee T. T says, Yogi, did you know bacon and chicken flavor crisps, like Lay's or Walker's, were vegetarian? I did not know that. I wonder if, I bet you Mocha knew that, though. T says, Flower Yogi was behind tonight, but you have been distracting him. But have you been distracting him? She has me paranoid that she's going to sneak up behind me and slap cheese on the back of my head. All right, so we got some highs and we got some people saying goodbye. Mira is heading off. Thank you for stopping in, my friend. Very much appreciated. Laradox is saying hi. Letting B know that he hit 600 subs. Yogi said, or Pipine says, Yogi, did you delete me from Facebook? I most certainly did not. I would never do that. Cuban Crisis says, I love cats. I do too. My cat just came up here and meowed at me. Minty says, I love birds of prey and kittens. You absolutely love Mer's site then. Therodox says, Mr. Poopinator, Yogi's not capable of being mean. It's just not in his blood. Well, thank you for that, Therodox. I'm almost caught up, guys. Nope, I thought I was almost caught up. Squirrel Semper says to Minty, but not in the same video. Minty says, what would Bumblebee tea taste like? And, well, of course, it would be sweet. And Flower says, gotta go. Flower, thanks for spending some time with us tonight. I know it's very late, actually very early in the morning for her. But Minty says, tea, like a drink. Cuban Crisis says, the documentary places in parts from what I recall. Well, that's nice, actually, because I can watch a little bit of the time and piece it together. Therodox is asking if I can check out and subscribe to his friend's channel. I certainly can. Make sure you drop the link. Minty says, bye to Flower. Everyone's saying goodnight. Now is my opportunity to catch up. As everyone's saying goodbye. Therodox, I pulled the channel up and I will check it out after we say goodbye before I go to bed. Minty says, like, what would tea from a bumblebee taste like? Interesting. Probably, you know what? You would think sweet, but probably bitter. Squirrel Sanford says it will certainly give you a buzz. I'm very clever, very funny. Therodox says, Minty says, Squirrel Sanford, enough. Like if you boil the bees. Yeah, I think it would be kind of bitter. Let's see. All right, here I am. I'm at the bottom. I might have missed something. I apologize if I did. T says, Yogi, how's Mocha? Mocha had a migraine again today. She was not feeling well. And the medication wipes her out as much as the migraine itself. Let's see. So I just checked to make sure that I am still friends with Mr. Poopinator. And I am. Thankfully, because I enjoy having that connection. But I was worried when he asked that, because I didn't want, for one, I didn't want that to happen. And for two, I wanted to make sure to let him know that I appreciate his friendship. Our friend Wolf is here. Theodoc says he's really nice. Hey, T, thank you for asking about Mocha. Babenti says she's 16. Theodoc says we're going on a limb and saying that Babenti is probably 10. She says she's 16, and she is very, very what's the word I'm looking for? She has an excellent sense of humor, but she also has a sense of maturity to her. Very much appreciate her being here. I think sometimes some people are ageless. Flower's like that. Flower's really young. However, she is wise behind her ears, wise behind her ears as well. I get the same thought with Mabinti. And I thought that she might be in her late teens or early 20s. T says, sending love to Mocha. Thank you for that. Wolf says, hi to Yogi. That's me. Hi, Wolf. Laradoc says he has to go. I'll see you tomorrow, possibly at 5 a.m. Awesome. That would be nice to see you at 5 a.m. Take care, Laradoc, and congratulations, my friend. We're going to go too in just a couple minutes. I got a few things to catch up on. T says, Wolfie, nope, I'm all caught up. Right? Score Semper says, to Bumblebee T, I have a rare 1780s copy of an American Almanac of Beekeeping. Nice. Why does that not surprise me at all that that is something Squirrel Sniper would have? I just get the feeling of Squirrel Sniper having the soul of an ancient alchemist with all kinds of books that he could pull down from his shelf with esoteric facts. Babinti says to Teen, do you keep bees and get the honey? I used to think my ultimate career would be a beekeeper in Vermont. Wolf says, oh, my friends have so little faith in me. Wolf says, what do you mean again? You mean still? And just in the space of reading that, I fall behind. MF Dredson says, glad to be able to participate. Peace and power to the fam. Thank you, Dredson. Very much. Appreciate you being here. Excellent job with the reps again today. Squirrel Sniper says, greetings to Wolf. I hope Barb is recovering. Thank you for that, Squirrel Sniper. Babenti says that American Almanac is like old as America. And I think it's older. I think Benjamin Franklin put out the first Poor Richards decades before America gained its independence. T is asking how Wolf and Barb are. Wolf says, I help when I can. And it's much appreciated. William's here. William says, hey, Yogi. William, how was your day? William says, good gravy. I have been ran through today. What's going on? T says, scroll, well, 1780. Grimhart says, not enjoying it much. So what's going on, William? Squirrel Temper says to Mamidi, it was designed for the use in the Americas on the push west. Nice. Mamidi says, like her name, La Caraya Barb. It is a pretty name. Wolf says, we're doing okay so far. It was good seeing Barb live streaming and doing her crafts today. Had a very peaceful essence to it. T says hello to William. William says glad I can make it at least a single live today. I'm glad you made it too. I was thinking about you today. Babinti says ran through and has an upset emoji. William says just everyone wanting things and me bearing the brunt of efforts to accomplish it. Stretching myself thin as possible. I guess, yeah, I recognize those days, my friend. I hope it's almost over for you. I hope you can get some rest. Babinti says, my friend does that too. I say she needs to relax. Very wise words from our friend Babinti. Wolf says hi to William. So I was going to shut things down in just a moment, but let's stay live for at least a few minutes so we can hang out with William and our friend Wolf. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, how's the duck? For those who don't know, our friend Laradox got 603 subscribers today. It's been a big goal of his for a while, and he did it. Our friend, the Burpee Reaper, got 1K, 1,000 subs, and he's going to celebrate tomorrow with 1,000 burpees. That's pretty awesome. And well deserved. Let's see here, guys. Squirrel Sniper says, I'm still waiting, Eric, on your idea of how the queen termite can be found in different chambers once it outgrows its previous ones with a passageway too small for her. I am slowly working through it. I have it up on, I got it Kindle. My little Kindle doesn't work too well anymore. I have it up on my desktop. And at odd moments, I go through it and work through. So when I'm through, when I've given it some deep contemplation, I will see what I have for you, Squirrel Sniper. But Betty, again, this is what I mean about her having this innate wisdom. She says to William, it's okay to relax. Excellent advice and heartfelt advice. Thank you for that. William says, thank you very much. Wolf in chat. William says, dang, way to go, Laradox. The duck is now resting. I like my duck cold. Interesting. That's what I just said. Goldie says, interesting, Squirrel Sniper. William says, OLL, did you hear about Jason's secret reveal? I did not. What's going on? Wolf says hi to Goldie. Our friend Antonio's here. Antonio, how are you? William says, hot dang, Burpee Reaper, good job. Stand on that grind. I kept Jace, Burpee, and The Point playlist up all day. Awesome. I had Jace up as well. Who else did I have? My friend Ivy, and I had Optimob. Way to go, William. Cuban Crisis says, I ate duck once. Yeah, I've had it. I know once. I might have had it twice. When I was little at an authentic Chinese restaurant. It was too fatty. Yeah, it was too oily for me. But again, I thought maybe it was how it was cooked. Goldie says, hi there, Antonio. Now I'm falling behind again. He says, sorry, stepped out as distracted by staff. That's okay. William says, yes, thanks for the advice. Appreciate all the kindness. T says, hi to everyone I miss. Squirrel Sniper says, Cuban Crisis, that's why I like it rusted. So it, what's it do when it's colder? William says, next milestone is 2K challenge for him, I believe. That would be big. Let's see. Sniper says, keep a crisis and cook on a rack so the oil drips through and not sitting in the fat cooking. Smart. Cuba Crisis says, have you ever ate peanut butter chicken grilled? It's ate by the Liberians. It's really good. I haven't, but I had a friend make me peanut stew, which is I believe, a Liberian recipe, and it was really good. We get a laughing out loud for Squirrel Sniper. T says she likes stuck spring rolls, and also when you get to take away from Chinese with duck too. Yes, it's a bit fatty, but I so love the hoisin sauce. Peanut butter says, or William says, peanut butter underrated seasoning across the board. Interesting. Wolf says, is Flower the cheese lady here? She was here, and she threatened with me. She threatened me again with cheese. Slap to the back of the head. By all accounts, for almost a year that I've known Flower, she's been such a kind and gentle soul. And out of nowhere, she threatens to slap a slice of cheese on the back of my bald head. Squirrel Sniper says he doesn't eat any nuts. William says, I do believe I have tried duck. I don't know if I could have given the opportunity, if I would given the opportunity though. Chiba Crisis says, yes, that's good. And Foo Foo, I have not had that. Hoisin sauce. I probably still won't get it. Squirrel Sniper says, duck is fairly similar to partridge and pheasant. I will have to take your word on that. I have not had partridge or pheasant. T says, I've just been given cheese by the staff, as I know I love cheese. Nice. Squirrel Sniper, or Wolf says, I have to tease you about that. I think you and Flower are in cahoots. And that's right, guys. I said cahoots. Squirrel Sniper says, I don't even eat any fruit or vegetables either. Wow. T says, Squirrel, I don't like crocodile, but I did like kangaroo. Interesting. Grow Up says, you're on a carnivore diet. T says, Yogi, you pronounced it right. Well, I had some help. Squirrel Sniper loves Emu too. Hey, William. What was Jace's big reveal? Wolf says, and I heard of that before. Emu? I can't imagine eating an emu. Squirrel Sniper says, I say no vegetables, but I do eat potatoes. Are potatoes considered a vegetable? Or tubers considered a vegetable? I guess so. It's a root vegetable. Wolf says, emu is good eating. Ruin Heart says his last challenge, but it's 2K reps. For Jace, nice. William says, technically yes, but not a green veg. Emu was a very badly behaved bird puppet in the UK in the 70s and 80s. William says, yes. Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. I had his playlist up, but I didn't see anything new from him today. So, I think Squirrel Simple said yams. I think we will probably wrap things up for the evening. Nope, Squirrel Simple says he does not eat nuts. DMT is Squirrel Simple says DMT is found in roots too, as well as toads. Sometime I'll have to recount my DMT experience, as brief as it was, as scary as it was. It did not lick the toad. It was synthetic. I think I would have been better off licking the toad. Given the opportunity, I still would be tempted. Mark says, I have no idea what it was, so forgive me. I did not want to spoil it. He revealed on one of the toothpaste days he ran for me. Nice. T says, I love sweet potatoes too. I do too. T says, Squirrel Sniper remind me what DMT is. Some people call DMT the God molecule. It is naturally produced in the pituitary gland, the third eye, and it is concentrated in certain desert toads, and supposedly released through breathwork, holotropic breathwork. I don't buy it, but you could try. And it is a very, very potent. I can't even call it a hallucinogen because it's beyond a hallucinogen. You are literally in a different world. Roy Hart says, I would love to do the DMT. Google up mechanical elves. Brian would love to do DMT. There's an excellent book called DMT, The God Molecule. Highly recommend it. William, I wouldn't even call it an hallucinogenic because it's just far beyond what I ever experienced on a hallucinogenic. T says, William, yes, I remember that well. Wolf says, potatoes are very high in potassium and starch, as well as vitamin C. More vitamin C than an orange. And higher than potassium than bananas, as William points out. T says, Yogi, is it good to do music to pineal gland and pituitary gland? It can be. I don't think good or bad. I'll be honest, I don't think it's always a good idea to do individual chakra work. It's always better to do chakra work together so that they remain balanced, because we aren't in a position ourselves to know if one of our chakras is being affected somehow by something. We could feel off in a way, but it could be so many other things. And if you focus too much on one, it can throw everything else out of balance. So it's always better to do a full chakra meditation. And then you could always focus a little extra on one if you think you need that. T says, Yogi, that sounds interesting. T says, William, bananas definitely help when you're constipated. William says, unfortunately, the words are limited in my capacity to explain its fullness, so I point. Exactly. I was talking about that earlier today in a live stream. Nicely said, William. T says, potatoes are carbohydrates. William says, I've heard bananas and bread will black you up. Has never happened to me. T says, William, a banana a day keeps regular. I have about 7 bananas a day. T says, Yogi, how's your learning going? Oh, for the one that you and I have been talking about, it is a little bit on a standstill, but I need to pick things back up. William says, I also hear proper fasting with decent portion control helps regularity. I don't see why it wouldn't. T says, bread isn't great for the digestive system, but it fills you up. Depends on the bread. I eat Ezekiel bread, which is really good for the digestive system. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to do, I got a very short meditation to do on my work with A Course in Miracles and my breath work, my pre-bed breath work that I do. Roy says, I usually get 1 serving of grains. Always do sprouted full organic grains like Ezekiel bread. Massively improve digestibility and helps me feel more energetic. Awesome. Wolf says, whole wheat bread is better or any whole grain. Exactly. Definitely agree. T says, William, I'm on a Magnum Lolly, but each day helps my digestive system. Nice. Let's see. Squirrel Sniper says we have to go through our own individual experiences, Eric. My Sylvia, the Borum, and your DMT. Oh, definitely. Also, quite a bit of mushrooms in the past. A fair amount of LSD. It didn't get really, really super esoteric in this stuff. It was what was available at Grateful Dead concerts. Rowan says, I found this one at Natural Grocers right now, and it's a mix of sprouted legumes and grains. Perfect. That sounds really good. T says, Wolfie, we have a lot of white bread in the UK as a standard. We do in the US as well. Wolf says, blessings to everyone. Have a wonderful day or night. Thank you, Wolf. You as well. Rowan says, I never had access. Yeah, I don't think it's as easy now. The best way to do it, in my opinion, under the guidance of an actual shaman or a therapist that is familiar with shamanic techniques in administering hallucinogenics. And there are a few, but most of them are underground, but hopefully things are changing. There's going to be new light on that. T says, peace and all to you all. Yogi, thank you for the live. Take care. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. T had cardboard bread. I've never heard of that. Rob says, probably save your channel, Yogi. We'll keep it a bit more restricted. Not sure what you mean. Oh, talking about that? Yeah, maybe it might have to be a Facebook discussion. Wolf says, Bumbles, you can take the curse off white bread and make a ball of it and bounce it on the table. I'm not eating white bread. T says, microdosing, I'm all for it. Wolf says, have a good night, y'all. See you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Hey, my new friends. Very much appreciate you guys hanging out. Squirrel Sniper says, micro dots and tabs were a thing in the 90s. When was that? Stonehenge during the solstice. Nice. T says, or Borm says, YouTube policy for monetizing doesn't like anything related to attempting to procure even seeming. Understand. So yeah, we'll save that for a YouTube conversation sometime. Cypress said I had a great experience. Almost all of mine have been as well. With that, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to see everyone tomorrow. If you're around at 5 a.m., we're going to keep reading from the Tao Te Ching We are on verse, what did I read today? We're on verse 59. So we're coming into an end. And then I think it's going to be Deepak Chopra's 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And then back diving into A Course in Miracles. T says, Yogi, I'll try to connect with you tomorrow. Awesome. I will see everyone then. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Thanks again, guys. Omega Gaming says hi. Hello, Omega Gaming. We were just calling it a night, my friend, but I appreciate you stopping by. Everyone, take care.